Hello Multiverse, welcome to Omniverse Gamers. My name is Damian Bazzaio. This video is going to dissect another dynamic encounter. We're going to call this one Wizard's Tower Breach. Multiple wizards. I'm trying a new camera setup today and it's really sunny out, and so bear with me on the visuals here. This encounter is from Pirates of the Ashen Sea. It's another one of their climactic encounters. They had just assaulted the temple, which you may have seen in the previous video. And these doppelganger chameleon wizards all escaped inside of the temple. Now, inside the temple is basically a wizard tower, and they're all mages. They're all high-level mages. There are 6 high-level mages inside of this temple, and the party has no idea what they're coming into. They have no idea what the inside looks like. They have no idea what they're entering. And this is basically 6 wizards, high-level wizards, creating an ambush for party members to have to come in to get them. And they can only come in a few at a time, which I'll explain in a minute. This encounter I did on Roll20 with a map. I used a map by WDMartin. It was really cool. I was trying to find a pentagon temple because there's 5 tribes and it's a whole big thing, but I couldn't really find anything. A lot of squares, a lot of octagons. So, but this one was it's a heptagon, which is 7, so it's close enough. You know what I mean? I was able to put my pentagon, my 5 pentagon of things inside of it well enough to facilitate the thing that I needed to do. So this map was really cool. I got permission to use it, so I just went for it. Now the party. There's a couple things if you watched the temple video, the temple assault video, but the party is now surrounding the outside of this temple, these 2 entrances, and in order to get inside, there's 2 leaders of each of these 5 tribes that has 2 leaders, like a matriarch or a main ruler, and then like a shaman or a war chief. They all have 2 rulers basically that count as rulers. The only way to get into this temple is for one of the rulers to be inside, and they can allow one person to come inside. One at a time. They can allow more people, but they have to be one at a time, basically. So it's a round thing. So the party has 2 armadillo leaders with them, and they also have 1 tabaxi leader because the other tabaxi leader is dead and they haven't replaced the war chief yet. But they happen to have a tabaxi in the party. One of our players is a tabaxi, so I give them the option. He kind of can qualify as a war chief. It's kind of you don't know if the ritual is going to work, but they can try it and see. The tabaxi are willing to make him war chief for the time being. It may be permanent. They don't know. I kind of made it vague on the parameters of the tribal, what they had to do, just to make it interesting. The other option was to have 2 of the leaders go in. Now the armadillos are very defensive, so that would have been fine. But they were going to send leaders in without any cover at all to take. They don't know how many chameleons are inside. I know there's 6 of them. The party knows at least there's 3. And at least 1 more. They know there's at least 4 based on clues that they've had, and they saw 3 run in. They know 1 had to let them in, but I know there's 6. But anyway, so if they just send the leaders in there by themselves, and then those leaders have to then 1 by 1 allow the party in, that might suck for them. And I have some nasty stuff waiting for them on the other side of this, so because these are high-level wizards. So they decide to go with the ritual, and our tabaxi works it out. And he's like a noble in the real world, but now it's this tribal thing, and he has to do like it's like a cat version of a Samoan dance, but the cat's version, like the crappy movie, And I love to play, but the movie, yeah. Anyway, so he had to do this humiliating thing, and it was funny, but he became the war chief, and so that allowed him to go in as he was allowed to go in by himself now, and he could allow others in. And there was 2 doors, so they can go in 1 by 1. Now, if you're doing another wizard tower, there's easy ways to implement this as being able to go into the portal to get into the wizard tower 1 by 1. There's ways to make this work in whatever setting you're trying to do it in, whatever wizard tower you want to, So I was trying to think of what. Now I wanted to have. Obviously, I have 6 high-level mages that can all cast 1 5th-level spell, and the rest of the spells down the line. So how was I going to do that battle? I'm trying to think. I never really had a battle with that many wizards before in 5th edition. Obviously, they would have a plan. They don't know what the players are going to do, but they know they're in a defensive position and that people are going to come in to try to get them. And they send little wizard eyes out every now and then to try to see what's going on outside. But the players, they have a watch ready, and when they see the eye, they kill it. They get a little bit of scouting out, but not very much. They get glimpses every once in a while. They can get a glimpse of what's going on outside. But eventually, the party is gearing up to come in. So now this is how I took that map of WDMartin and I put my things into it. So let me show you this picture. So these big giant green circles are what I'm literally gonna have Cloud Kill already up. When these guys when they enter from the south here, Cloud Kill is they're gonna walk right into a Cloud Kill. That's their first thing that they're all gonna walk into. It's a Cloud Kill. And I already predetermined. So as you see all these different chameleons, there's a purple one, a red one, a yellow one, a white one, a green one. I separated them by color in Roll20. You can now tint the tokens, so it's really easy to So then I decided to make my own battle sheet just for the wizards. So I'll put this on the screen, a snapshot of it, and you can see how I have each wizard, and I kind of have the spells I want them to cast, what they already have up. This is just a way for me to keep track of what's going on in a wizard battle, which is different than my normal battle sheet where I'm just tacking off hit points. I mean, there's a lot more. I have to tally spells. I mean, so I have these little slots where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know how many spells they've cast of each one and how many I can do. So they each got 1 5th level spell. Each have 1 5th level wham shot. You know what I mean? Which 2 of them are using Cloud Kill. One of them I'm saving a Wall of Force to escape. I'm gonna make a Wall of Force to escape. My last 1 or 2 guys. My plan is to make a Wall of Force somehow around the party and split them up, and then I can get out and change my form into look like one of them and get outside and hopefully trick the other people, then escape. That's my super escape plan, which I mean, it doesn't work, but so I have that all kind of set up on my sheet here. I know the white one here and the purple one are the 2 that have the cloud kills up. Those 2 are concentrating on cloud kill. Then I have the red and the yellow one here. My goal originally, I was hoping that they would have to put the leaders in here first, and then I was going to the red and the yellow one were going to grab the leaders, and they were immune to the cloud kill. They took some potions to be immune to the poison or the cloud kill because they know they're all working together. You know, the wizards are all working together. So I was gonna have the wizard doppelgangers, as soon as the leaders came in, go and grab them, change into them. So it was like a Captain Kirk versus Captain Kirk. When the next player came in, they were going to have no idea who was who, you know, Chameleon and who was the real, you know, it was going to be a whole other dynamic. But because they made their own party member one of the leaders, one of the war chiefs of this tribe, and the tribe was okay with it because they saved this tribe numerous times, and the tribe would literally be wiped out if it wasn't for these people. So they were okay with letting him be the war chief for now. His war tactics are far superior to theirs anyway, so they were obviously getting an upgrade. I mean, that's one of their basic, you know, tribesmen, you know, barbarian tribesmen or whatever, you know. So because he came in as the leader, they weren't going to be able to do that. I was still going to try to do it, but it was going to be different because he's a lot more perceptive than it would have been. It was just a different dynamic. So that was one of my plans that kind of didn't come to fruition, But still, I had originally planned for the green one and the orange one to be like the blasters. Like, as soon as they came in, they took the cloud kill. And then on the wizard's turn, the green one cast his his 1 5th level spell, which is Cone of Cold. And they came in here and they took some damage. You know, but anyway, I'll you know, and then so this is just my plan. Like I know as wizards, I have my spells that I'm going to cast already set up. And I made this little sheet here, cheat sheet for myself. I can't put a thing up on the TV, but I'll show you kind of a, you know, and I have black tentacles, Edgewitch black tentacles. I have Cone of Cold. I have my cloud kill. I just have, you know, shield, misty step, mage armor, things that I know I'm going to use in this battle. So obviously all these wizards have mage armor on. I did that ahead, so they are all having super, super high armor classes. So this is not going to be an easy fight. This is a tough fight against prepared wizards, basically. And this is a party that's they're 8th level, but they have a lot of magic items. They're like souped up with magic items, so they're a little more powerful than an normal 8th level party. They can probably push like 10th level party action, but still, these are wizards that can cast 5th level spells. Those are high level wizards, and there's 6 of them. So they have a lot of hit points, but they have mage armor up, so they have a lot of armor class, and they have a lot going on, you know. So basically, let's switch over to the map, and I'll show you how this kind of went out here. So this is the outside of the temple where they were before. I kind of had them. They're kind of lining up themselves. You know, this is the Armadillo leader. The Armadillo war chief is going to go in, and the Tabaxi war chief, the new Tabaxi war chief, our rogue. They're going to go in first. They have to survive a round in there, and then the next round, their next 2 people can go in. So they chose their Paladin of Vengeance, who's their main damage dealer, one of their main damage dealers up close, and then they chose their Druid, who is their tank. Those are the next 2 that are going to go in. And then the matriarch of the Armadillos cast message on them all, and cast basically a version of message that they could communicate back and forth when they went inside. So because I didn't want our Artificer and our Ranger went last, I didn't want them to sit there for 2 rounds doing nothing, which they basically did. But the benefit I gave them is that the other 2 had to go in blind, and they could communicate back out what's going on. So when the Ranger and the Artificer got to their turn, when they finally got to the round where they could go inside, they got to choose if they wanted to go inside or not. It just kind of helped give them a little more tactical advantage, even though they had to go last. It you know, made it work out. So, like I said, they get ready for their plan. The Tabaxi and the Armadillo, our Tabaxi rogue, who is the war chief of the Tabaxi now, and the war chief of the Armadillos, they go in. Boom, boom. So they they come into this temple from the south here, and they start choking to death. You know, they're choking to death basically because it's cloud kill, and they take a lot of damage. I mean, it's 5d8, which is, you know, it's not terrible, but that's just welcome to the battle. You know what I mean? So they come in, they maneuver, they move around. Our rogue can do he has this cloak where he can when he moves anywhere along his movement, he can make a false image of himself, like a mirror image. It doesn't move or anything, but it just looks like him. So it kind of helps deceive people. So that's what this thing is. That's why there's 2 of him. He moves over behind. So inside of here, I have these. They look like aquariums / coffins. They're basically coffins, but they're clear. and inside of them are these animals, and there's reasons for it, but just know that there's these coffins that provide pretty much cover. So the armadillo leader, war chief, goes over, he gets behind one, and then Tabaxi gets over there. He tries to get to the edge of the cloud kill, but he doesn't quite make it. The armadillo leader he's too confused. He doesn't know where the edge is, so he's stuck there. And now, as soon as they're in, I allow the next two to come. So then the paladin and then the druid, they enter. And the reason I didn't have to allow that, I could have made these two suffer for a whole other round by themselves, but I wanted to advance this, and also I want to give my big blow here. So as soon as they enter, I'm going to take my turn. And one of my chameleon mages, he's ready to go with he's got his 5th level spell. He's got 1 5th level spell. They all got 1. His is to cast Cone of Cold when he gets a chance. And right now I got 3 of my party members right there in Cone of Cold. Even though he's hiding and he's got a thing, I'm just Cone of Colding. They know he entered. They know he's out of the thing. And wham, they take a Cone of Cold. So now our rogue's been subjected to 2 things, which the Cone of Cold is a dex thing, so we can kind of mitigate that. But a Cone of Cold is 8d8. So they come in. They get hammered. They both get hammered. And they get lucky, and I let the armadillo leader be outside of this. So it's either he took it or our Tabaxi rogue took it. So it was either it was either way. It wasn't like metagaming. I just made a roll, like which one are they going to hit, and they were actually rather have the Tabaxi take it than the armadillo. The armadillo leader only's got so much, and if he dies, it's kind of hard to get him back. So yeah, that come in. They take a Cone of Cold, and then I let them all maneuver around. Then they take a couple more, cantrip shots that they don't know where they're coming from. They just take them. And then our paladin gets to the edge, and our druid gets to the edge because the cloud kill makes it's hard to see. It's obscured. So they finally get to the edge where they can see, and I open up this room for them so they can see what's going on. Now there's they see all the chameleons sped up, and now they got the cover behind their own little aquarium coffins. Anyway, this is our setup. These are our wizards, how they're set up. Now I have the red and yellow ones are just here because they were going to change form, and now that they didn't get that opportunity, they're kind of stuck in the middle, and they're just like, whoa. So there's some exchange that goes on, and now, like I said, our ranger and our artificer, they get to kind of know what's going on. They can kind of think about what they do before they come in here, and then it's a couple rounds away. But our druid casts Moonbeam. He always gets the Moonbeam up against Chameleon because it's great, and they can't change form. Now they manage to hit the white guy enough that he drops his concentration and he loses his cloud kill. So that cloud kill's gone, which is great because now still that gives them a little bit of a chance that the ranger can come in and squeeze around that cloud kill. They have to make a dex save about it, but he does. So eventually our artificer will come in too. But as this battle ensues, the green one here, he's gonna as more people come in, and now the chameleon wizards feel like some melee threat. The green one's gonna cast Bigby's hand for a defensive hand to kind of give him like a defensive wall. Plus, foreshadowing, I'm going to grab people and I'm going to do crazy stuff to him. So he's got pretty good cover. The paladin finally breaks free of the cloud kill, just starts wrecking things. She's got a lot of power. She kills 2 of them like nothing. The artificer comes in, gets some cover behind there. He tells the leader of the, armadillos, get the hell out of here, get out of here. Now that the cloud kill's gone, that one, he goes away, and they kind of switch places or whatever. And the battle ensues. They're fighting. The wizards are exchanging things back and forth. The rogue gets a little closer. They end up taking out the purple one, and then that takes out that cloud kill. Now the cloud kills are gone. 2 of my guys have their 5th level spell left, and actually they're really close to killing one of them. The green guy backs up. He makes the hand. He actually takes the Bigby's hand. I take the ranger, and I just smack him right into the wall. He takes some damage, but he survives. But he takes some damage, and the hand kind of pins him up against the wall. And then my other guy will cast Edric's Black Tentacles, because my artificer's back here in the south, and he always has a good range attack, and he always has a good fortification. He has these walls he can put up. So I had to think of a spell that I can, interact with him. So I chose Black Tentacles because Edric's Black Tentacles, because it was just, he can't, cover doesn't help you on that. So he took some damage from that. But he managed to make a safe throw, I believe. But then he had to maneuver and stuff. And then they come over, they start pummeling on the ranger. The ranger starts taking some damage. Our paladin comes over. Then the moonbeam hits the orange one. It loses its black tentacles, so the artificer escapes. They make it down. They finally kill this green guy. And I'm just, magic's exchanging. They took a lot of damage. Like the battle sheet for this was, you'll see on the picture there. I'll put that up again. They all took damage. This was a crazy, just really fast battle. And this was just high damage. And then when I get down to my last 2, I cast a wall of force. And I kind of block them off. The chameleons turn into our Tabaxi ruler and with 2 war chiefs, basically. And they're going to try to escape. And the players know this, but the people outside don't. But they take them out before they get outside. But that was just, oh my god, they're going to escape again. They almost get away. But yeah, this was an example of a bunch of wizards ready to go. When I high level magic just ready to blast, but then it's in a really small area. So this could be in any wizard tower, and I just kind of, the way I had my wizard spells ready to go. If I was a player as a wizard, would I have acted the same as these chameleons? No, I would have been I would have had different spells and different ways to escape and stuff. But as monsters, as enemies, It's just basically a cabal of wizards with a bunch of attack strategies ready to go and escape strategy, and then I just unleashed them, and the players came in, and it was just the small area and the wide range of all the spells just made this just like, bam, 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 bam. It's just crazy, just, magic battle going on. So yeah, I hope that was interesting. Just a way to kind of, I call this a breach, is the way that, you're going into a place you don't have any idea, and the party that's inside, the enemies, they know what's coming, and they're ready to go. They have plans and they're ready to go. And the party took a lot of damage initially, so I put them up against the wall right off the bat, but they slowly turned the tides, and the feeling of that desperation, like, oh my god, we're not gonna, this is crazy, and then they basically wrecked them, but like, because they got all that really good bunch of opening shots off on them, they really felt that they won. It felt like a win. So that's just another example of a really dynamic encounter that was basically a flat encounter, just the way I did the planning and the magic, and it just came out really fun, really fast, really cool. So hope you like that. Check out some more videos, please like, subscribe, all that jazz. I hope to see you soon, and keep on gaming.